or yeah, so it was just it was a great I think that was a great example of that Marcel can fit into a lot of compositions. You just have to know how to use him correctly.
Yeah, it's all about timing with Marcel for sure. We saw that then and there. He just timed all those right. So saving those instead of just spamming his ultimates, right, it would be very helpful to the team. So they're going ahead and banning out those really high priority bans, Freya and Baxia, and also the Harith and the Harley here.
Yeah, so it's a funny thing here. In the first game, we saw a 9Z in the blue side, and after the first game, we know that the loser can choose a side. So Titan decided to stay in the red side, and now we're seeing once again for the third time 9Z in the blue side here. Versus Titan Esports. So there's a funny thing here because I think that we have both teams working on their comfort zone when we're talking about like sides here, you know, like blue and red side. And now we're seeing the banning phase continuing, Fredring and the Grok coming out from okay, 9Z.
Zushin, Marcel's open right now. So yeah,
Oh.
I was gonna say, like, I think that's gonna be a Zushin pickup because you know that the enemy team can't pick up Marcel right now since they just used it.
Yeah, that was honestly I was thinking about Boxer, but they already used in the first game, so there's nonsense here. Now Titan Esports has the chance to respond. What it be here? Maybe they are guaranteed the mid lane, for example. Maybe Kimi, or because it's Zushin in the other side, or Zetian that could be.
Yeah, for me, when I see a Zushin, automatically, and maybe this is biased because I hate Zushin. She's the kits that she has. I'm just like, what can I use to close the distance on her? What? Leomard's not a bad option too. We've been able to see him just burst through lines to be able to kind of get to that back line. Hilda, if played correctly, if in the right, if doing well, if your team is being very successful, Hilda's going to be a menace all over the map. So a good pickup here by Titan Esports as well.
Yeah, we saw the Hilda being a terror and that annoyance on 9Z Globant side. I guess Titan's trying to show them what it was like. You're trying to, but like you said, Hilda is only as strong as her team. So if her team does not do well in the start, she's gonna fall off very hard there. They're going ahead and picking up that Leo here, Granger and Guinevere on the side of 9Z.
Yeah, but when it comes to Hilda here, okay, she has this pressure on the jungler. She has the pressure on the river and the jungler, for example. But she doesn't have the initiation situation. She doesn't have a hard engage though. Leomar has a Phantom Steam, that's for sure. But still, it's not the perfect engage. It's not like that hard engage, you know. So I think that maybe for a Titan Esports here, like guaranteeing the Terizla in the top side, for example, in the Aspen lane with the penalties on, could be very interesting for them, because that is somehow it's some kind of initiation for them, as they don't have this on. Okay, Sora can work also here for a Titan Esports composition, but I think now they have to ban Valentina to not allow to 9Z Globant get this pick in the fourth and the fifth choice.
Yeah, I feel like this is the perfect time to go ahead and pick Sora as you're edging into the second banning phase here. That will allow you to take out that Valentina. I was thinking too, like, what can we use this? Because Leomord, we just don't have, we still have an escape on Zushin. We've got the flicker, we've got the ultimate from her, where she can reposition. Yeah, there it is, exactly from what you said. Valentina's going to be the ban out there. We still need that engagement onto the Zushin. Sora is a decent answer for it. It just depends on how these engagements. I'm not sure that Sora is going to be able to really close the distance the way we want to. We usually like her in the middle of the fights, you know what I mean, where everybody's all grouped up and you're really able to get the value out of the shifting skies or all the damage that she can dish out there. and you're not going to find Zushin there. You're not going to find Zushin grouped with everybody. You're going to find her on the back line, and that is still something that we don't really have an answer for just yet.
Yeah, they're trying to go ahead and target ban those mages, getting rid of anyone that'll prove a hassle to them. So Via Valir, I guess, would work for making sure that slow that he has for with his fire and the push that he has. Will be hard. Oh, Marcel. I was thinking that if they picked up a Marcel on 9Z, that might be more helpful to them. Because, you know, they can get in on, have more control there, but they went ahead and banned that out, so what else is there?
Yeah, I was thinking about, like, maybe they were, like, letting Marcel open here, but after seeing a Granger, like, with the Rhapsody and the Requiem here, and even with the Guinevere, with the jump and the Recurrent Violet, so Marcel could help 9Z Globant to find this breach, to find this opportunity to get a very interesting engage here for team fights, for example. So they decided to ban Marcel to avoid that kind of problem. But now here the last ban here comes from 9Z Globant is in Claude in a gold lane. So no Beatrix, no Claude. Are they allowed to use carry? Yeah.
Yeah, but they can use carry.
Bruno.
You got carry. Possibly Bruno is an option as well.
Yeah,
if
Bruno.
you're going to be sieging onto the towers, and create the pressure in that fashion. It's going to be very interesting here. I'm wondering where we go in the mid lane as well to kind of really up the damage. Maybe looking for some type of high, or we already have the mid lane on the side of 9Z Globant. I'm wondering what the mid lane is looking like on the side of Titans here. Yusun Shin picked up a great. He does scale very well too. He has the ability to kind of, as soon as you're done with your lane, you're going to be able to kind of maneuver around, get a bunch of jungle creeps, and scale very quickly too.
Yeah, I guess they're waiting to see what mage that ZTN still open. Maybe they'll pick the Luyu up. I'm just kidding. But we are still waiting to see. Oh, yeah, I can't session ZTN. I'm gonna keep saying, oh, Alice over here and Bedang. Wait, Alice, Bedang, Rome, Alice, XP.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say like that, and that's gonna kind of roll out a lot of the synergy with a lot of that CC that's gonna come out there. You've got Bedang who can punch them into the wall. You've got Guinevere who can find the jump. You got Zeshian. This is gonna be a very hard CC team for Titan Esports to be able to maneuver around. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how they do. And still, who can get to that back line? Who's gonna be able to punish Zushin here?
A Lilia pick is not a great idea. Everybody's so dang mobile. I don't know about this.
Yeah, so you're right when it comes to Lilia, especially here, because she has a kind of ability, but versus the Zunshin versus Guinevere, for example, and Badang, so maybe it's not the best for the roles here for Lilia. Okay, they have Hilda, they have Leomord here, so that can compensate somehow this lack of, not the lack of mobility, but this lack of the follow-up to cause damage in 9Z's Globant composition. And they have to, because when, as Private said, when it comes to control, oh my goodness, 9Z Globant here is the boss.
But ladies and gentlemen, it will be moving on to game 3. 9Z Globant taking it on against Titan Esports Club. Both teams now tied at 1 game apiece, looking to, I want to say, press their advantage forward here to get that momentum into their side.
Yeah, it's the battle for the survival here in the competition. Now we're seeing the 2v2 situation in the middle lane. Oh, the lantern is stacked. Here we go, Private. All right.
Yeah, but that's going to be on Steffi, who doesn't really mind it. You're going to have a lot of healing, a lot of ability to get a lot of health back on Steffi every single time that they enter the bush there. Now, decides against trying to charge into that, and you see Retribution there used to go ahead and secure the Lethal Wanderer for the side of Titan Esports.
Yeah, so Titan Esports here trying to play an aggressive, controlling this vision on the jungler in the upper side. As we're seeing the XP lane here, like Chino trying to cause some pressure on Arctic. This is doing well so far, especially in an XP situation, but now I think that Arctic is going to guarantee the level number 3. That is it. Their first total is heading on the upper side of the river, 30 seconds remaining, and both teams are concerning to reach the level 4 as sooner as they can.
Yeah, I just saw that Luisinho negated to get his jungle minion just so that he could invade and go ahead and start stealing stuff away from Titan Esports early. Then goes ahead, gets his level 4, and now is in a great position for this first turtle. Now looking for a position at mid. If we could take a look where these heroes are grouped up. First turtle is up. Hotun in a position now. Turtle is being started up by 9Z Globant. Alberto Crazy disengages from a bush as Syndrak comes in there. And now 9Z Globant, they disengage from the turtle, basically handing it over. Chino comes in, does find himself a Throne of Ruin onto 2 members. Down to 25% is this turtle. Chino able to find a turtle, looking for a kill onto Hotun. Arctic able to take down Chino. Fashion finds a kill as well as Arctic. 2 down for both sides and still engaging into this fight. Black Shoes coming out from Syndrak does not save him from Luisinho.
And I've heard, like, I've saw Chino's ultimate with the lantern coming out from Freshin stacked, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be a disaster for Titan Esports. But somehow they bought so much time, and the response was so good, guaranteed 2 kills. 2 kills for Arctic, but 9Z Globant had the resilience that even though that they lost 2 players, they went through, they kept the chase, they guaranteed 3 kills, 1 for Luisinho and 2 for Fashin. That composition we were talking about, like, it is causing so much trouble, especially with this execution when it comes to the combo coming out from Chino, coming out from Fashin, for example. And we didn't see Luisinho with the jumping and the Requiem of Violet so far. And the first total guaranteed by 9Z Globant.
Yeah, that was interesting to point out too. Like, you saw the fist crack come out from Alberto Crazy, but there really wasn't a lot of follow-up to get some more CC onto it as well to really hone in and punish Titan Esports during that. Maybe they just weren't in position, or it just wasn't in the cards for that first turtle. Either way, it does allow, they were able to get the turtle, so maybe just not something they wanted to expend just yet. 3-2 right now. 9Z Globant narrowly in the lead, edging ahead with about 1k gold.
Yeah, the goal lead here not too much for 9Z Globant, but it's still an advantage for the team. But now in the 4 seconds left for the next turtle here, Alberto Crazy. But now here comes Luisinho. Alright, so both teams now are aware. In the mid lane here, some kind of a party, but the second turtle is started immediately.
Oh, yeah, they're going to go ahead and start onto this now. Hotun comes in, and Luisinho able to pick up the turtle. Down and pays for it with his life. But you do see the Throne of the Ruin coming in from Chino, putting on the damage to all of the members of Titan Esports, and both teams decide to disengage there. A turtle for a kill on the side of 9Z Globant.
Yeah, a worthy sacrifice, as we can say here, for 9Z Global. Okay, Titan Esports got the third kill. It was for Steffi. It was okay, Hilda, as we saw in the first game, and she was... Oh my goodness, Chino!
Chino gets away with a sliver of health left there, but that's going to go ahead, zone out the roam, and allow Titan Esports to pick up a tower at the bottom. The first of the game. Steffi in trouble as they're going to go ahead trying to latch onto Luisinho. In come reinforcements in the form of Chino, looking for that kill. Steffi gets taken down.
Yeah, they were too greedy here, Private. They got the tower. I think that it was enough for Titan Esports, but now here comes the chase.
And down goes a Fury. Really kind of, I want to say, a little greedy in enemy territory there as 9Z Globant sent in reinforcements. Speaking of which, we can see the tower. Hotun doing a great job being able to macro up at the top side to try to even out this game.
Yeah, 9Z Globant, meanwhile, is trying to respond in the tower and number one in the bottom lane here. They took down, but it is 2-for-1. No. Oh, they already destroyed the tower number one in the top lane here for 9Z Globant. So, even so far, it is tied up here when it comes to towers. But now the greed, as we know, as almost in a universal rule, the greed took down the golem. So they took the tower down. There were supposed to be enough for Titan Esports. They went down with the chase. They got 2 kills for 9Z Globant plus the tower. Could be worse because Hotun destroyed the tower number one in the top lane, and now another turtle guaranteed by 9Z Globant. When it comes to turtle, you talk about 9Z Globant.
Yeah, 9Z Globant doing a great job trying to secure that. Not really much contention coming out from Titan Esports, trying to macro up on the sides. Both side lanes have kind of been frozen by both of these teams. And I want to say, like, not too many engagements kind of coming out from them. You see that Steffi's kind of poking her head into a lot of these jungles, but not much in the form of fights coming out on either of them.
Yeah, so now we're seeing here 9Z Globant trying to focus in the mid lane, but oops, Steffi. Okay, maybe Steffi is a healer here, so it's not so easy to take this player down. Chino here now being avoided by Syndra. Now we're having a 2v2 here in the mid lane, while Hotun is stealing the jungle on the top side so far. After almost 8 minutes here, we're seeing the goal lead not getting so big for 9Z Globant. Oh, here it comes!
Ooh. A big flicker onto the back lines with the shifting skies coming out from the side of Arctic. Is that going to be enough? You see the fist crack coming out from 9Z Globant as well. Now diving in with the throne of Chino, putting on the damage. Gusta Lagusta finds a kill onto Steffi. Luisinho finds one onto Arctic. That's going to be 2 down for Titan Esports, and they are going to go ahead and push their way into enemy territory to pick themselves up a purple.
Yeah, when it comes to range here, fighting against 9Z Globant might not be a good idea. You have Gusta Lagusta with the Rhapsody, with the Requiem, so it's not that easy to take from this gold lane. Okay, he was forced to use the Flake to reposition in a team fight, but even though he got 2 kills, he is getting strong. He is a solid gold laner here for 9Z Globant. But now, the First Lord on the pitch in the top side of the river immediately started by 9Z Globant, but they have to take care because Chino is in half HP, and we have Arctic trying to do a flank.
Fashion getting very close. I don't know if they know that Hotun is up there in that bush. They haven't checked. Their focus was at mid. Now you see them backing up. They see the rest of the team kind of coming in there. Luisinho looking for an advantage, looking to try to get that vision, trying to come in there, is able to find the steal and take the Lord from Titan Esports. Fury finds the kill onto Alberto. Crazy Gusta Lagusta able to take down Hotun. Fury running for the hills, but is not fast enough. Fashin with the kill there, and Syndrak taking down underneath the tower.
The 2 kills here for Gusta Lagusta, plus the Lord, plus the advantage. As we're seeing now, the stats, the damage dealt so far comes with the Fashion here, leading the top with the 31k of damage so far. But now we're waiting for the minion waves to activate the Holy Shield from the last line of defense here. The high ground coming up from the top side, while they have still the tower number 1 in the mid lane. Oh, Gusta Lagusta having taking some hits from the tower. But it's enough here to guarantee the kill from Steffi will be unstoppable for Gusta Lagusta.
Yeah, Death Sonata puts the finishing touches on the Steffi, who thought that they were going to find themselves and escape. Titan Esports finding a tough job of trying to get into here against this immense amount of CC. Arctic getting pulled back, but no worse for wear, is going to be able to find an escape at the hands underneath his own tower.
it's getting really unfair here for Titan Esports Private because there's so much control coming up from 9Z Globant. You have Chino, you have Luizinho, fishing with the stacked lantern. What? Okay. My question is, how is Titan Esports is gonna play versus that, against it? Because there is so much control, and I'm not mentioning the ultimate coming out from Aboro Crazy, you know, from Badang. So, my goodness, it's things are getting just a little bit complicated here to Titan Esports so far, especially with that composition coming out from 9Z Globant.
Yeah, and I don't even know what you do. You're kind of hoping that you can kind of catch one of these guys out. That's what the Steffi is trying to look for. See if he can get some vision. See if he can find somebody out alone. Or maybe even if they can try to find Fashion. But when it comes to playing a Zushin, there's not going to be a lot of opportunities for you to find them pushing on their own. They're always going to be protected.
Yeah, so Zushin once again here with the glowing wand. You have the infinite glaive, you have like the halberd, sky pierce. Oh my goodness, Augusta with the hunter strike and the malefic roar. Just a very strong ranger so far here coming out from the goal lane from 9Z Globant. Another fact is 17 seconds remaining for the next Lord. We're not really seeing Sora, we're seeing Arctic. He's up to something here, Private. Oh, he's not appearing. He's not appearing in the minion waves. Sorry, he's not appearing in the minion waves. He's up to something. He's trying to do something.
Oh yeah, he wants to get the flank onto them.
Yes.
Yeah, he might actually be able to find it, especially with no minions there. They're going to be so surprised if he kind of can come in from the bottom. They're down to about 50% on this. Ooh, Steffi, you're going to have to go ahead, find a flicker. Now, look, he's waiting for his team to get into a position to where they can capitalize off of it. He doesn't want to just come in by himself and not be able to have the team come in behind him. Now, still kind of dancing around this Lord, Gusta Lagusta, putting on the damage. It doesn't really look like there's one. Ooh, we do have the Phantom Steed is out, coming in from the backside. They are able to find the shifting skies. Is it going to be enough? Down goes Albero Crazy. Fashin able to find a kill and the Lord. Gusta Lagusta chasing down Otun, and the next one down is a Fury. Only Syndrak left, and they are not left long on the ground. A complete wipeout on Titan Esports side. 9Z Globant looking to end this thing quickly. They might be able to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, game 3 going to 9Z Globant.
After a fantastic Requiem Violet coming out from Luizinho and the last team fight for the Lord, 9Z Globant wiped out the whole team from Titan Esports, and it comes to the second victory, Zina.
I know, 9Z, what is this? This is all I gotta say. They are putting up a fight. They're showing you, yeah, they came to the playoffs. They came to play for real. All the objectives claimed by the 10-minute mark, and Titan only able to react the whole time. They couldn't, you know, find an answer to kind of like contest them after that. I think the Lily choice wasn't a great pick here because of the fact that I stated earlier, everybody on the opposite team was mobile, so she had no control to kind of help them at all.
Yeah, and not just that, but I mean, we see it from the beginning. When it comes to CC, there was so much coming down. Even when Arctic had one of the most perfect ganks I saw, he was able to flicker in, get the shifting skies in the mid lane to push the rest of the team into Titan Esports. You're still dealing with so much CC coming out from them that it was so hard to capitalize off of that. Not that, and then being cut and left to only 5 kills for this. 4-0-10 for Fashion. Gusta Lagusta at 7-0-5 on the Granger.
When it comes to like when we talk like about the basically here, it is something like, okay, Arctic goes with like, hey guys, I have the ultimate. So he does the ultimate, he knock up some players, and then when ultimate ends, let's say, okay guys, I did my part. So what is the rest of what is the other control? What is the other engages? There is none in the Titan Esports composition. So then it comes the response for 9Z Globant with Chino, with Luizinho, with even with Fashion here and Zushin with his lantern stacked every time here by 9Z Globant. Abora Crazy with ultimate here. So, and the cherish I'm not sure if I can say this, but the piece of the cake. The piece of the cake is Gusta La Gusta with Granger with the Death Sonata, you know, like with the skill shot and with this very high range coming out from Granger. Like he was in the heaven here, like controlling the pace, like getting the kills for 9Z Globant, not like getting this dangerous situation to get caught in some flank, you know, as happened in the last game, for example. So he was like so free and he was like comfortable to play with Granger. That is guarantee one more victory for
Fashion chasing people down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Fashion was unstoppable. I mean, this is why we always say, why are they letting Zushin through? Look at Fashion going in, giving that control to the team, and then that follow-up right there by freaking Louisiana. Oh, sorry. That was amazing. I can't. Wow. I guess our MVP here is going to be Fashion. Of course, we were just speaking on Fashion, but Gusta La Gusta did an amazing job as well following up. But Fashion was that control factor to help the team get those wins and be like in a standout situation. So 4-0-10 KDA, 46.3k total damage, and 629 golds per minute.
Yeah, an amazing job there done by Fashion, and just the tip of the spear when it came to the CC and control that was on this team, and really guided around it. And when we took a look at the team fight participation, I want to say, like you saw on the side of 9Z Globant, it was like 40s, 50s, things like that. On the side of Titan Esports, there was like 80, 90s, which kind of told the story that to be successful, Titan Esports had to like group up to kind of take advantage of their entire ultimates. Whereas on the side of 9Z Globant, they were able to kind of be separate and still be lethal because each one of them still had CC that could stop them. Here you can see just pouring on the damage, even with a great flank coming in. Fashion able to read it, able to get that ultimate, still dishing out damage on the backside, continually making use of that distance and her range.
Yeah, showing the zoom